Installing a Jensen VX7040, and it's a multi-dim receiver, double dim. It's got DVD, nav, satellite radio, built-in Bluetooth, compatible with iPhone and iPods, and Pandora link, and external USB and auxiliary in. So what comes in this thing is some good instruction manuals, and one's for the nav, book by itself, a little cover plate, not sure if we're going to use that, and installation guide, which is pretty handy because on the inside it has a really nice diagram, and that diagram actually shows it comes in very handy. Then there's some pigtail, and there's another pigtail which I'll show you in a minute. This one I'm not using right now because I'm not going to install an external DVD player, which can be mounted up there in a 2005 Sequoia. And then of course you have this handy remote, which I don't know who's using remotes in cars, but I guess some people do. At any rate, before you do anything, stop and go buy the correct plug-in adapter that matches up with your vehicle. This happens to be for a Toyota. It's made by the Access Company. You can buy it off of Amazon. Found it to be a good brand. Returns the OEM system amplifier for the radio, so you don't end up cutting any wires behind the dash. You just plug this unit into it. Okay, looks, you know, similar to that. We're supposedly going to need a trim kit. I'm not sure I'm going to need it, but same company. Actually, it's not same company. It's Metra, and it's for a Toyota. It's just a standard aftermarket trim kit for 2005 Sequoia, Toyota Sequoia. Okay, tools you'll need, obviously. Good socket set, a lot of metrics in a foreign vehicle. Need some zip ties, little headlamp, some shrink wrap, smaller preferably, little pole cable. You can substitute this if you don't have it. Poor man can get a hanger and do it. I actually used a hanger on this job as well. And just a knife, some good wire cutters, and various pliers, of course some hand tools, and this thing is invaluable, okay, solely for the backup reverse light. Major fun with that, and some black electrician's tape, and some clear silicone. Automotive stores have that, Walmart, and your hard Home Depots and so forth have it too. And that's all you should need. Good extended adhesives bits. The star bit is nice to have. My kit comes with it here, but you'll need some star bits, especially the T30. Okay, let's start with the video camera. Just an overview. This is where I mounted mine. It's actually right here on the license plate. Try to cover up the license plate there, and pretty easy. I found an existing hole in the plate assembly, and came in here, just dropped this panel out, and then was able to run the wires through there, bring it through this garnet. I tied into, you see the backup lights right here. On the Sequoia, it's actually in the hatch that lifts up, not in the tailgate. So put the tie into the reverse light right here, and the power. And then you have your auxiliary, the yellow video cable coming off of the camera, which will run the length of the vehicle. Okay, and they give you just enough wire, which Jensen did a great job of that in all cases. So I ran it through here and came down through this garnet, so it'll be waterproof. Brought it right through here, brought it around here, tucked it in with my fingers all the way up there. Use a little putty knife around that bar up there. And then I'll walk you up there and show you around here, and down and under the dash and over to the stereo. Okay, that's the backup camera. The hard part on the backup camera is on the Toyota Sequoia, there's obviously more places to tie into. I tried the kick panel over on the passenger side to tie into the reverse power when that sends a signal, you know, power to the back. And I got a little help on that and found this right under the driver's side. So I tied in right here, ran the red wire right there, up and under and over to and in the back of the stereo. What that allows it to do is the camera will go into reverse. It will prompt you immediately. When it goes into reverse, the camera comes on. It's looking at the sky right now because I got the hatch up. And then it goes back to resumes what you were doing before. Now you can bypass that if you want to run your camera while you're going down the road and see what's going on behind you. You can even wire in a DAS device or some kind of device and record what's happening behind you. You'll need to run a separate wire for that and have a separate loop with a diode in it, but I'm not choosing to do that. Okay, so the camera's in. The microphone for the Bluetooth, which this system comes with, which will pair to your iPods or your iPhones, I set up here. Just see if I can get the glare off of that right here. Ran it right behind here and then down. Be very careful. I never did have to take this off and mess with this airbag. Always a good idea to unconnect your cables to the battery, disconnect them rather. So if you're going to do that, so that the airbag doesn't accidentally go off, come down here, and then I threaded it through and over to the camera, or excuse me, over to the radio. So that's the microphone. It pairs beautifully, Bluetoothed it, and it goes through the sound system. The harness that allows all this to take place on the radio is actually very nice connection into, which is looks like a lot, but it's just simply 2 wires going to each one of the JBL stock speakers, which you don't want to mess with. Okay, this is what comes in that kit from Axis. All right, so that's microphone. Let's go with the SAT antenna. I mounted right here. This is for your navigational system. I brought it down, just tucked it right inside of here, brought it down inside the firewall, zip tied it there, brought it around, and I didn't want to put anything but one zip tie down there. And then I brought it up and under the car right here on the driver's side is a garnet, and you can come up and in. And I tied in here, and then I ran it along here and clipped it into those nice handy little clips that the Toyota stock factory left. Brought it up through here and under the dash and over there. So that includes the satellite. Trim kit's back in place. There's no marring on the outside of it. Just remember those 2 screws come out of here and then pull down from the top. Put your fingers right here, right here. It releases, gets a little tight, about 1 inch out, and then you just keep coming with it, work it a little bit, and then it pulls out. Okay? But then you don't have to pry anything out. If you do it from the bottom, you're gonna mess up, so stay at the top. Okay, there you have it, the Jensen 7040, fully installed. It's got iPhone, iPod, Bluetooth connectivity, Pandora link, color mix. You can change all kinds of different backgrounds if you want to. Navigation. It's a nice little unit. Before I installed it, I actually popped this chip out right here, plugged in a USB device on my computer and downloaded the latest maps for free. So you don't need a disc anymore like the old ones. It's all on a little chip for you. Okay, and features of this thing, well, I'll spare you the navigation and everything else, but the stereo is capable of you know, your disc, your radio, USB connectivity, Pandora navigation, and if you toggle over here, you get steering wheel controls and then a backup camera. The backup camera is not going to show up because you've got it wired to the reverse, but I will show you how that works if you're listening to the radio and you put the vehicle in reverse. You can see the neighborhood and do your backup. You put it back into park and you're good to go. And that's it. It's a beautiful system. My wife should be happy with it, I hope. But, good luck. It's a good weekend project. Again, if you have any trouble, I dealt solely with Access people on the Metra website when I needed a pin placement or something of that nature. I never did end up calling the stereo manufacturer. Good luck.